Thanks to Jim Acosta for that report. Now Mo Kelly joins us. He's the host of the Mo Kelly Show and the Mo Kelly Experience radio programs in Los Angeles and San Francisco. Mo, thank you again for sticking around. Let's kick off with this controversy over Alicia Machado, the former Miss Universe, because it keeps coming up. Donald Trump again was asked about this by Bill O'Reilly on Fox News, and Donald Trump decided to explain that he actually saved her job because the organization that runs the pageant wanted to fire her. This is what Mr. Trump had to say.
Look what I get out of it. I get nothing. So a lot of things are coming out about her. I'm not going to say anything. I couldn't care less. But it's somebody I don't know certainly very well. I saved her job because they wanted to fire her for putting on so much weight, and it is a beauty contest. You know, I mean, say what you want, Bill. I mean, they know what they're getting into. It's a beauty contest. And I said, don't do that. Let her try and lose the weight. Can you imagine I end up in a position like this? So that's the way it is.
Right now, does this have overtures to the Khan family, the Gold Star family that he got into the argument with after the Democratic Convention? You know, he's not attacking Clinton. He's having arguments with people who just have nothing to do with this election.
It's very simple. Donald Trump is petty. And this is petulant behavior. It's not like he needs to get into an argument over what he said about a beauty pageant contestant. It was very easy. Just say, that was the past. Let's talk about America. That's the lack of discipline that Donald Trump exhibits time and time again. He didn't have to take that interview. He didn't have to take it in that direction, but he was making the same mistakes that he did during the debate. He could have been and should have been talking about Hillary Clinton from a strategy standpoint. And now he's just elongating the bad performance he had during the debate.
From a strategy standpoint, is there any way that you could take on the face of his statement that I saved her job? What he's trying to be is a champion. I mean, he's trying to spin it, if you will, as a champion for women here.
Yeah, that's how he's spinning it in his mind, but that's not what came out of his mouth. And unfortunately, he sounds like some rich guy who is invested actually in patriarchy and objectification of women. And once again, going back to petty, talking about the weight of a woman, as opposed to the more serious issues. You have to be presidential all the time, not just some of the time.
As part of this attack, or part of the complaints against Donald Trump when it comes to what he said about her, I've been trying to work out which is more offensive, the Miss Piggy comment or the Miss Housekeeping, because they're both pretty
I don't know if it's either or, but I would say Miss Housekeeping, because that's an indictment on an ethnic level, which offends, or I should say, touches more than just one person. It's not one person's specific weight, even though many women may deal with those issues or insecurities. But when you say Miss Housekeeping, that's code as far as I'm concerned.
And it feeds into the narrative too.
It is. We're talking about this. It's been going on now for multiple days. He's keeping it alive. Will it make a difference to his poll numbers?
It may not impact his poll numbers, but he's not gaining any constituencies. And let's not be too wrapped up in poll numbers, because everything could change if there's another health event with Hillary Clinton, or if Donald Trump does something, I can't imagine what, because it seems like he's impenetrable in that regard. But we have these benchmarks, and they are the debates. So whatever happens right now is secondary.
We used to say that, but I think he is sort of, you know, he has proved that he is vulnerable over the last couple of months. Okay, the Clinton campaign rolled out the big heavy hitters in the last 24 hours. First Lady Michelle Obama was on the campaign trail. This is what she had to say.
If a candidate is erratic and threatening, if a candidate traffics in prejudice, fears, and lies on the campaign trail, that's who that candidate really is. Either Hillary Clinton or her opponent will be elected president this year. And if you vote for someone other than Hillary, or if you don't vote at all, then you are helping to elect Hillary's opponent.
Bernie Sanders also on the campaign trail, standing there alongside Hillary Clinton. They're at a university talking to college students about debt-free tuition. This is what Senator Sanders said.
I can assure you, make no mistake about it, that I will work with President Clinton to make sure that this legislation is passed as quickly as we possibly can. And to make that happen, we need your help.
I thought this was very choreographed here, and the message was pretty simple. If you're young, get out to vote. And also don't vote for a third-party candidate.
Yeah, keep it simple, but it was more powerful just the visual, seeing Secretary Clinton and Bernie Sanders sitting next to each other. And in that package that you showed, those were her two adversaries in the sense of Michelle Obama as an extension of President Obama, hard-fought primary with both. Now they're supporting her. That means a lot. You don't see Ted Cruz, you don't see John Kasich supporting Donald Trump. These things matter.
Yeah. I have to ask, is there any danger to having President Obama out there for you, in the sense that, you know, Trump's argument is she is the candidate of status quo and it's a third term? Is there any danger here? Does it have to be calibrated in the right way?
I would say so if President Obama wasn't so popular right now. If you look at his popularity numbers, his approval numbers, they're very strong. They haven't been so strong since maybe President Reagan. So that's the person you definitely want out in front. If he were a weak president in the sense of sagging popularity or approval numbers, then that would be the caveat. But right now, you absolutely want a two-term president out in front, something that Donald Trump does not have.
Let's get to the Libertarian candidate, Gary Johnson. Mr. Aleppo is at it again. This is another phenomenal gaffe, very much a self-inflicted wound. He was asked, who is his favorite foreign leader? Pretty simple, you'd think.
Okay, name a foreign leader that you respect.
I guess I'm having an Aleppo moment in the former president of Mexico.
But I'm giving you the whole world.
I know.
Anybody in the world you like. Anybody. Pick any leader.
The former president of Mexico.
Which one?
I'm having a brain.
Well, name anybody.
Fox.
Okay, who's your favorite foreign leader? Get him off the hook. Name a foreign leader you respect.
He was terrific.
Any foreign leader?
Merkel.
Okay, Merkel. Okay, fine. Save yourself. Can't argue with that.
It doesn't get any better when you watch it the second time. It might be something to do with MSNBC, though, right?
Well, he did the Aleppo
thing
yeah,
on that network
MSNBC,
as well.
Yeah.
Fatal blow? I mean, can he come back from this? I mean, it's one thing to have the Aleppo moment, the initial one, and then this. Is it over?
I don't know if it's fatal, because that is to suggest that he was alive prior to this moment.
Well, I mean, he's still appearing on TV networks, so there's some...
I'm appearing on TV networks. It doesn't mean I'm running for president. Let's take it for what it's worth.
I think he's done. I don't think he was ever in the race to begin with. It was a nice side story, right?
Yeah, until he does another interview.
Right, exactly. Okay, Mo, thank you so much.
It was a pleasure. Thank you so much.